Hi there. My name is State Representative Steve Andersson from Illinois' 65th District in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I come to you today, hopefully encouraging the people in North Carolina and Georgia, quite frankly, to hopefully encourage you to vote for and ratify the ERA. Illinois proudly became the 37th state to ratify the ERA just last week on May 30th. I was so proud to be a part of that effort. And I want to make something very clear to you. You don't know who I am, but I'm the chief co-sponsor of the bill, along with my good friend Lou Lang. Lou's a Democrat. I'm a Republican. And make no mistake, I'm a pro-life Republican. But that didn't stop me from fully embracing what we needed to do, which is to make sure that women have the same rights as men, the same rights as other groups that they always should have had. This is not about abortion. And you're going to hear that. If you haven't already heard that, you're going to hear that. You're going to hear about it erasing all distinctions between men and women, that we'll have unisex bathrooms and Title IX funding for sports will go away. All sorts of horror stories about what's going to happen. I can tell you, none of it's true. The truth is that women will finally be elevated to the point where they have the same protections that, for example, racial minorities do under the 14th Amendment, that freedom of speech does under the First Amendment, that freedom of religion does under the First Amendment. They will have those rights as well. Not this lower level of review that the Supreme Court so far has very kindly bestowed on women. Instead, women will have the rights that they are due without question. One of the things that I argued most strenuously on the House floor about is I'm not here to help women. Women don't need my help. Women can do for themselves, if only they're allowed the same rights that men have. So my only job is to do that. I'm not here to put them on a pedestal. I'm not here to elevate them. I am only here to set them free so that they can do what they can naturally do. And quite frankly, I know a lot of situations where I think that if women had been in charge, we might have had a better result than we did with the people who are actually in charge. So I am so optimistic about our world and where we go with this. Now, I also want to talk about these challenges, these charges, that this will lead to unfunded or unrelenting abortions right up to the 9th month. Simply not true. You have to look at the case law to understand that. And you know what the case law says? There's this case which most pro-life people don't like. It's called Roe versus Wade. And I understand. I don't exactly like it either because it allows for funding or allows for elective abortions in the first trimester. What people forget is it actually does protect the unborn in the second and third trimesters. It does. So it creates a life interest in the later parts of the child, the development of the fetus prior to birth. So if you say the ERA would to take that away, you'd be saying that we'd have to repeal Roe versus Wade. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in a liberal court. And if a Republican or a Democrat or a conservative court decides that that's what they want to do, they're not going to do it to make abortions more possible. It's simply not possible for this to turn into what the extreme right, the extreme religious right, believes might happen. And as far as this claim that all distinctions will be erased, let me ask you something. We have something here in Illinois, and you probably do in North Carolina as well, is we have a thing called minority and women-owned business enterprises. It's an incentive program. The incentive program is available for women, but it's also available for minorities. And if it were true that that would disappear for women, wouldn't it have also been true that it would have disappeared for minorities under the 14th Amendment, which protects them? Didn't happen. Won't happen. These are distractions. I call them head fakes. They're not real. Focus on what is real. And what is real is that women are not paid what they're deserved. They're not treated the way that they're deserved. The Me Too movement is evidence of how far we have to go. We've come a long way, but we got a lot more work to do. And the ERA will make that happen. So don't be distracted by these head fakes. Don't worry about those. I got about 20% of my caucus, Republicans, pro-life, every one of them, to vote for this. And I'm proud of that. This is a bipartisan effort. This isn't about partisanship. Let's move this together. I want to hear that North Carolina is the 38th state to go ahead and pass the ERA and push us over that line. And thank you so much for letting me take a few minutes of your time and pass the ERA. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do for our future. It's the right thing to do for our country. And quite frankly, it's the right thing to do for our world. Let's make it happen. We did it here in Illinois. I know you can do it there. Thanks, my friends. Take care.